Use a clean cloth to wipe the front part of your tongue so that it is dry. Put some sugar or jaggery there. Could you taste anything? Why did this happen? Tell me. So, you have to do this activity. It has to be when you make the tongue dry, would you be able to taste anything? That you have to tell me after doing this activity, okay? At home. Now what you have to do is, you have to stand in front of a mirror and look closely at your tongue. Okay? So, you have to stand in front of the mirror and look closely at your tongue. How does the surface look like? Can you see little tiny bumps? Can you see here? Little tiny bumps are there. Yeah, small little bumps are there. The surface is rough. So what are these called? Who will tell me? They are called taste buds. Okay, children? So they are called taste buds. Because of these tiny bumps, you get the taste. So hence they are called taste buds. Okay. So now you have to tell by tasting the things. There are some items, some food items whose taste is difficult to explain because they are neither very sweet nor taste nor salty nor bitter nor sour. So like onion. Onion is difficult, no? I don't know what kind of taste you will say. Sweetish, bitterish, like this. So there are difficult items. There are different items whose taste, describing the taste is little difficult. So think of a word that you know to make up your own words to describe the taste. How will you describe the taste of an onion? That's what I want. Here, when Jhumpa tasted some things, she made a like this. So what do you think she may have eaten? Of course, she might have eaten chili only. Why don't you make sounds that describe some taste? So every time you don't make sounds to describe the taste. If it is salty, do you say it is salty? No. When it is sweet, do you make your faces sweet? No. But when it is sour, you make face. When it is bitter, you make face. When it is very hot, you make face. Yeah. So from the expression and sounds, ask your friends to guess what you have been eaten. So now you have to make the faces by expression only. You have to ask your friend what I might have eaten. Okay, children. So now we are moving to chew it or chew it well. What is the difference? Most of the time we don't chew it well. Yeah, because we don't get the sweet taste of the rice and chapatis. Have you ever felt the taste? Did you get the taste? So when you chew the chapati or chew the rice, the chapatis and rice, they have carbohydrates, and your tongue produces, not the tongue, behind the tongue, in your buccal cavity, in your mouth, you have a salivary gland. So as soon as you eat any food, your saliva starts producing, and that saliva helps those food item which is carbohydrate to get digested, to get broken down, and it converts, the saliva converts the carbohydrates into sugar, and that's how you get sugar taste. But to convert the process, conversion process takes time. Till that period of time, you have to chew your food. So this experiment you can do at your home. Chew little chapati, or you take little either roti or rice, and you keep on chewing. Initially you will not get any taste of the rice, but after some time, when the conversion process starts, when saliva convert the rice into sugar, it is not converting the rice, actually it is converting the carbohydrates which is present in the rice and chapati into sugar, and hence you get the sugary taste. Okay, so let's do this activity. So what you have to do, you have to take rice or chapati, put it into mouth, chew it 3 to 4 times and swallow it. Did the change taste? No, because you just chewed it and it is not converted into sugar because you did not let this happen. You just ate it. So if you don't chew it, it means you are not getting the proper nutrition out of it. Okay, it will get out of your body without getting any nutrition out of it. So if you are eating any food, why do we eat your food? Just to fill your stomach? No, we eat the food to get the nutrition. And how will the nutrition be received by your body? Until you chew it properly. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to take another piece of chapati or some rice and chew it 30 to 32 times. Now you will feel the taste. Okay, just do this activity and let us know. Okay, has anyone at your home told you to eat slowly and chew it so that the food digests properly? Yeah, because this is very important, beta. You have to chew the food properly because it gets, the digestion starts in the mouth for the carbohydrate. So as you will chew the food, more saliva will get added to your food particles and then more nutrition will be absorbed out of your food. So more you chew, more nutrition will be absorbed out of it. Properly it will be digested, because in the stomach also the food gets churned. Churn means it becomes a paste, just like our mixer grinder. It becomes a paste. Okay, so start making, help your tummy, help your stomach. Okay, because you have to, you get the teeth in your mouth to chew the food better, right? The function of the stomach is churn the food with the help of all the acids and all, no, but it doesn't have the teeth to chew, no. So chewing is to be done with the help of teeth, and teeth is provided in your mouth. So please make use of each and everything. Chew your food properly so that it will get digested properly and you get full nutrition out of it. Okay, let's move. Think, what does the saliva in your mouth do? Just now I told you, what does it do? It converts the carbohydrates into the sugar, or it helps in digestion of the sugar, of the carbohydrate into sugar. Okay, so it converts it into carbohydrates. It converts the carbohydrates present in your food to glucose, and since the glucose is sugar in taste, sugary, no, that is why I said sugar, right? And glucose is absorbed by your body quickly.